how we get ready for edition of the Sunday Word Report right here.
What?
And Yasmine's over there laughing. She don't even know she's being recorded right now. Okay, y'all, let's get ready to take this edition of Sunday Word Report.
What's good? What's poppin'? What's going on in between, underneath, above, and all of that good stuff? What's up? So on today's vlog, I know you're looking like, oh my gosh, it's not BJ. It's not. He's over there. So today I'm taking over, and we're gonna do a little something for y'all for Valentine's Day, cause you know, well, the month of Valentine's, which it should be every day should be love, but you know, Americans don't want to dedicate favorite. So today's title of this video is called Real Love. So for the icebreaker, y'all, I want each of us to go around and say a song that has real love in it. It's like song association.
It has to be Christian.
The first,
gospel,
no, it's a song.
Just
A song got real love in it. And wherever they stop at, you gotta start with the next song that has where they stopped at.
Oh, wow.
I can start.
Okay. Nah, I can start.
Oh, man.
Alright, I'm down.
Real love. I'm searching for real love.
Love, never knew what I was missing.
Better go ahead and say that song.
Ooh.
I had a flashback moment.
Missing. But I knew once we like we was.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. Oh, if I have to beg, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind, cause you mean that much to me. I ain't going no further. I ain't know how it
To
goes.
me.
To me.
Me is a word. Is a word.
Okay. Can't you wait? You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see?
It's okay.
Well, you didn't even go yet.
Yo, y'all did.
What she did? She was
I
real
follow
quick.
behind
She
what you
did what
did.
I did. Just said the word. She ain't sang it.
Mm-hmm.
Never gonna
What's the
give
word?
you up.
Me?
See.
You want me to help you?
Yes, please.
You got
Ooh. Never mind.
You can help her.
You know that song about I see you in a different light.
Cut the
I
part
see
out.
you
Says,
in
"Don't you
a
know that I found
different
the jail
light
differently."
and the light, moonlight. Oh snap! I'm starting to feel that song.
Go ahead. Moonlight. What else? He sung my song for me. Okay. All right. There you go.
Alright.
Let's move it on.
So, the first topic we will be discussing is private versus secret. Now, let me get a definition for each. So, to be private is the state or condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people. Secrecy is the action of keeping something secret or the state of being kept secret. And I'm different on secret because, yeah. So, not secret is not known or seen or not meant to be known or seen by others. That's secret. So, in a relationship, I feel like people sometimes misconstrue the word of secret and privacy. Because a secret is when you have something on the side that you have a secret life and the other person will not know. Privacy is like people know you have this going on, but they're limited to the information. So what y'all think? How you think in relationships, how we can change, how we can modify secret and privacy?
Ma'am.
Oh, go ahead.
Personally, when I'm in a relationship, I tend to keep my relationship to myself because I'm always friends with that person first. I feel like when you're in a relationship and you have something for yourself, there's nobody outside of that relationship can look in and be like, well, girl, I know about him because he did da-da-da-da. I feel like once you keep it to yourself and y'all get to that point where y'all like, okay, I'm ready to go public with it. It's not that they don't know already. It's just the fact that, you know, I would prefer to have something for myself first. And then be able to share that love that I have for that person with someone else.
Well, okay, so I'll give an example. Me and my boyfriend, we've been together for a year. And it wasn't until earlier this month where I like exposed who I was with. And I don't want to say like I kept him a secret, but it's a difference when people know your business and like they like pray against it because it's not something that they have.
Right.
So I chose for the better for me to just keep it to myself. And then once I knew it was real and it was serious, okay, well, let me express my love for this person. And honestly, that's how it worked out best. So I'm all for keeping secrets. Well, not like secrets, but
I agree with what she was going with. You know, like I was talking to somebody. I had a girlfriend for like a few months. So when we was talking, we decided to, you know, keep it secret because, you know, and she knew a lot of people. I was surprised at how many people she knew, and she was surprised at how many people I knew every time we went out and about somewhere. In fact, I remember we went to a gas station so I can buy her gas. I met 3 of her cousins. They all threatened to kill me if I hurt her, and I was just like, that's what's up. I was like, that's what's up, you know? And I was like, yo, I'm praying for y'all, you know? So, you know, I feel like it was best to keep it that way too, because honestly, you know, your family might be down, you know, might be against you, or might be like, hey, you could do better, you know? Because I've been in really a lot of situations with my family where I did something really good for myself. And my mom's like, yo, you could do way better than this. Or can you do better? So I just prefer to keep it secret until there's a proper time to bring it out to the public. Like she said. Yeah.
especially dealing with somebody in the ministry. I mean, this isn't my boyfriend, but previous to him, dealing with a pastor, I was just at that point where I really wanted to let everybody know who I was dealing with because I thought we were comfortable with it. But I didn't realize how serious it was dealing with, you know, somebody who's that, like, established, like, in the ministry, and how it can affect everything that they do. So, you know, I mean, it depends. Like, it varies.
I can do it.
Agreed.
Because for me, it's like, because I have relationships where, friendships where I would like, because if I love you, I feel like the world should know I love you, right? So for me, I can be private about it, but I can't be secret about it. Because like, I gotta express who I love. Like, I got to. You're not gonna know who it is, but you will know that I love somebody. But what I also learned from being expressive is like what you said about people, like social media, when you put things up, people, because they don't have it, they may like what you just used the word,
They like pray against it.
They may pray against it. So what I've learned, because before, when I was in a relationship, I would like post them here and then I gotta go back and delete once the relationship is over. So that's like, for me, I wouldn't even post them anymore, but I would like do subliminals, to where it's like I'm private about it, but I want to be secret about it.
And also, like how you said, you would go back and delete it or
That's
whatever.
a lot of work.
But it is a lot of work. But then you gotta look at the fact, like, whether you know it or not, like, people watch your social media. So if you with somebody and then you post them like, okay, well, this is bad or whatever, whoop, and then maybe a month later y'all break up, now you gotta go and delete it.
Right.
And then a couple months later you meet somebody else, you tempted to post them and you finally post them, and then, you know, people looking at you like, well, wasn't she just with so-and-so? Like, so that's why, not necessarily keeping a secret, but being private. Now, you can post subliminals all day long. Anybody don't know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
And that's what I do. So,
personally,
you know,
I don't post my significant other at all. And I just never felt the need to have to show my significant other off like that. My past relationship was 6 years, and I was just not comfortable with doing that because I just knew that those around me would, again, feel some type of way about the person that I was with. And so I just didn't feel the need to do that. And so now I'm in a spot where I'm just like, if they want to post, they can post, but I'm not going. But I let that be known, offer it, that that's just not who I am as a person.
Honestly, I know that I know everything should be aligned to what God is, but honestly, sometimes I look at other like relationships to see what's the best like examples. And one of the best examples I've seen, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, I feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce, you know, you know, kind of like not, you know, on a Christian note, but like, you know, they
their privacy.
Yeah, like they let everybody know, yeah, we're together, but they don't let them know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, she kind of did when she made that whole album against her whole husband about him cheating on her. I would say I can do you one better. In YouTube, couple Tí'gēría and Ken, they are very secretive about whatever goes on behind closed doors. They don't argue on camera. They don't do a lot of the stuff that the YouTubers nowadays do, where they're like, oh, 1 minute we're together, the next minute we're broken up, and then
video.
Right, and then Zoe was doing his Monday Word Reports or whatever, where it's like, oh, where so and so is not together now, and they just broke up like 2 weeks ago, but wasn't they together like 3 weeks ago? And they're not like that. So whatever happens with them, where they're arguing or whatever, they don't bring it to social media, and I don't think that anything like that should be brought to social media.
Right.
That's my biggest pet peeve. Where.
But what if what if it's brought to you? So because somebody, the other person, you may not have said this person is your dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the person already on Facebook you have in a relationship, but you don't specifically have to put that person that you're in a relationship. You just put the in a relationship part.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say somehow they just connect 1 and 1 together and make 2, and then they found something about them. Would you want them to bring it to you?
If they were my friend and they felt the need that they had to tell me, that's fine. But I feel like in your gut, we all have it. Women, let's be real. And women intuition. If you feel like something's going on, 9 times out of 10, it's going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, don't prejudge. Don't think that you know it all. Ask the necessary questions, because if you don't ask those necessary questions, you won't get an answer at all. So personally, if they felt the need that they needed to bring it to me, then that's fine. But what is their motive behind that? You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
You have to know that person. So if I have a friend that's been messy, and I know she don't like, she kind of envies certain relationships between people, and she don't have a stable one herself, and then she, every other month she's with a different dude, and finally you get a dude and you're real secretive about it, and then everybody's like, oh, well, now you're dating somebody, who you dating? And then she finally find out who you dating, and she's like, well, girl, let me tell you about this one. I know about him. See, then you have to be very careful about who you're telling about your business.
Because some people don't want to see you happy.
Right.
And that's
Go ahead, BJ.
some people do not. But then also, how you were saying, a woman's intuition. Like, me personally, I mean, just from the stuff that I've been through previously, it's always going to, especially if it's long distance, it's always going to be that thought in your mind, like, okay, he's doing something, or he probably think I'm doing something.
If you're solid in it,
but we're solid, and the thing about it is, you can't put the situations that you're gonna have previously
the baggage
onto that person, because they're not that person. So I had to learn the hard way, because that whole accusing and everything.
But this is how I feel. Guys, y'all may come in and say otherwise.
This
is how I feel about dudes. So you ever females, you ever just set before you get in a relationship, be like, hey, this is what I've been through. This is what I don't want to happen. This is what hurt me, right? So then they go, I got you. I ain't never gonna do that. So they come and do that something 10 times worse than what you just told them not to do.
It hurt you so bad. It hurt you so bad. You could be back at day one.
And then they wonder why you be like, what you doing? Where you going? What you got going on? But I also feel like as a woman, if you have to question a guy's motive, then that's a red flag right there.
Yeah, my mom always told me, if you have to accuse a guy or you don't trust him, you shouldn't be with him.
Well, can I say something? I want to say something. I've been quiet.
Talk.
I want to say something. Okay. But here's the thing with that, too. I agree with you on that. If you got to a point, you dating somebody, male or female, and you talking about, I got to see their phone, I got to do this, I got to do that.
You don't trust them.
First of all, you don't trust them, and you still need to heal.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. People don't learn how to heal before they get into something else. Heal.
Exactly.
Because you're just creating another toxic situation with somebody else. If you got trust issues, work out those trust issues, because not every person is a bad person. Yes, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, trying to find somebody loyal. But if you over here accusing everybody, telling you want to see this and want to see that, and you're not showing that you trusted them, real people ain't gonna want to put up with that.
You need to heal. You need to be, when you're healing that process, you need to be okay. And I had to find this out for myself. You have to be okay with being by yourself in that time. in that moment where you know that you're alone and you're by yourself, you need to find a way to get closer to God, or find something that you love to do and put your all into that. And I find that a lot of women, when they're hurt the most, they want to, well, I can't speak for everyone, I'll speak for myself. I went through a period where once I broke up with that person, I felt the need to want to get back at them, to hurt him as much as I was hurt. And it wasn't healthy. So I found other ways to cope with it, meaning finding other things that I love to do for myself and get that alone time that was necessary for me to heal. And in that time, you know, I found myself getting close, doing stuff that I did love, you know, knitting, sewing, doing hair, makeup, having more family time, getting closer to God, having more fasting, praying more. You know, you have to be okay with being by yourself, because if you're not by yourself, you won't know how to love someone else. In that moment when you're by yourself, you learn how to love yourself completely and wholeheartedly if you didn't know before going into that relationship.
Now I remember I said that on Sunday Word Report one time last year about, you know, when I was, you know, back being single, I did the same thing. I got close to God. You know, in that process I wrote my first book. You know, I learned how to be alone, and I enjoyed it. And then by the time, you know, I really got, you know, comfortable being single, you know, that's when God sent me somebody, and I found out, wow, I'm ready, because I took time for myself. I found more strength in, you know, in myself through you, God, and now you know brought me this person, you know, this young woman in my life, and now, you know, I feel like I could really, you know, do this, and, you know, with you guiding me, with me keeping my eyes on you, I could do this. But it would have never came that way if I didn't learn how to be single. And that's not a curse. Being single is not a curse. It's not bad.
It's a blessing, actually.
It's definitely a blessing. It's scary, but
that
it's a
brings
blessing.
us to our next topic, loving your singleness. Because I feel like in order to be able to be whole with somebody, you have to be whole yourself. Because you can't put two halves and make a whole. It's one and one come together and make one. So I feel like as your singleness, your alone time is like the most precious thing between you and God, because that's when God can like download in you. That's when God can take things away. Because right now your mind is not on nobody else but yourself. And I feel like we also, as a generation, we kind of get like so scared of like, what's the word, of like being by yourself. Like being alone is looked at in such a negative connotation. Like you go to the movies by yourself and go eat by yourself. You could do things by yourself without a person. There's never a rule that's like you have to do something with someone else. And I feel like the quicker and the quicker our mind re-regulates and we learn the importance of solitude, the better. So when I researched loving your singleness, this is what I found. Singleness is a gift from God. It's the Lord said it is not good for a man to be alone. I will make a helper to suitable for him. And that was in Galatians 2:18. And also, even though God says to be single is not, to be alone is not good, but God made Adam first before he even made Eve. So Adam had to learn his own independence and his own identity before God can use that, because out of his identity came Eve. So you can't go into a relationship thinking that because you were scared to be alone, because however way you live your singleness, how you gonna live your marriage. If you are so attached to that person, then y'all gonna become such Velcro, and being Velcro is good at some point, but you're gonna get tired. You've seen the same person like 24/7. It gets like there's no excitement for the heart. There's no fun thing for the heart. You're gonna get bored in the routine. And I've learned that even in my own experience, like I've been single for 3 years today. I've been single for 3 years today, and what I've learned in my singleness is I've gotten so close to God. I've gotten so much in depth with God. And what I've learned that like if you're hidden in Christ, the only person who can find you is the one that's made for you, but they can only find you through Christ. They won't find you in the world. And if you allow God to use you and mold you and create you to who you are supposed to be, you will not end up having, like, no offense, baby daddies. You will not have soul ties, because relationships sex creates soul ties, but also relationship creates soul ties, because you're emotionally attaching yourself to that person. And emotional attachment is the worst thing outside of sex, because to break that bond, it takes so long to break it. Because God, we have an emotional connection to God, and all God asks us is to allow ourselves to be so aligned into Him that nothing else come, and when whoever is meant for you come, they will only add to it and not take you from the presence of God. Because whoever you are meant to be will be the person to fuel your fire, will be the person to y'all will be under the same anointing and the same alignment, that like it's like without you having to speak, they will get what you're saying. And even if they do wrong, without you having to correct them, God will correct them themselves, because y'all both under the same anointing, y'all both under the same
covenant.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
so what y'all think about that?
I have a lot to say.
Go ahead.
But singleness, like before my short relationship, I was single for 11 years. And during those 11 years, you know, maybe at the half point I was frustrated with, why am I single for so long? And then when I started talking to that person, I realized, oh wow, God was just preparing me. You know, so me being single right now, I'm enjoying it, because now I'm just really focused on self-help, self-love, self-care, you know, focus on like myself, trying to improve as a person, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I want to be the best for whoever God has for me. But I know that she'll come in the right time, you know, and I know she won't be what I imagine, probably be beyond what I imagine, you know? So, yeah.
When you wait on God and, you know, you pray to God for a certain help me, He's gonna send you the best he has.
Right.
You know, it's gonna be more than what you ever prayed for. You know.
Right.
Because you know, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying my situation. You know.
Here you go.
You know, the young woman I've been with for the past like year. You know, I'm just like, whoa, God, look at what you did, and it's just when you put everything in God's hand and you wait on God and you enjoy being single, when that time comes, He's gonna send that person. 9 times out of 10, He's gonna least expect it. You know, it's gonna be out the blue. You know, and when you meet somebody, and not only that you realize that they are great, but realize that they are close to Jesus. They they are hungry for Jesus, just like you hungry for Jesus. You know, it's just like, wow, God, you really done showed that. I think people look too much on social media and say, I want my relationship to be like that and like that. And then when God does bless them with someone, they say, oh, I want to be with that person because they don't fit this type of,
ideal.
Yeah, and they miss out. We got to stop looking at how other people so-called do a relationship, and do what God is leading us to do, because the world do the things the world's way, but God does things His way. We got to do things His way.
Yeah.
Well, how can you tell the difference as far as like being able to tell by like the signs as far as who God sent for you?
Go ahead.
You will hear God Himself tell you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be I think, because what I've experienced is like, there's a guy I was engaged before and I thought he was the one, and I had somebody else after that I thought was like that was the one, but that's just lust. That was just me telling myself that this is the one for me. So the real and the authentic one and fake one, you will be able to tell the difference, because it wouldn't come from anybody else telling you. It will come from God telling you, and then He'll confirm it through other things.
Not only that, when you get with that person, like you just said, it's going to be very unexpected. So you're going to be scared at first. But this person is going to challenge you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? When that person can connect with you, let me tell you, any relationship, and I said this to my friends all the time, it's so good when you can have somebody to talk to, relate to, physically and emotionally. But when you can connect with me spiritually, I felt that in my spirit. When you can absolutely connect with someone spiritually, and you don't have to say not one word to them, but they can look at you across the room and tell exactly how you feel.
What's wrong, right?
That is unexplainable. Like, you don't have to say anything to that person to know my baby is not having a good day today. Matter of fact, I can feel it in their heart. I can feel it in my spirit that they're not having a good day today. Yeah. And so now I need to get on my P's and Q's. I need to call them and see what's going on. Because I know in my spirit it's something wrong. Something is wrong.
Yeah.
You ever seen Medea Family Reunion? Mm-hmm. You seen the part where I think Maya Angelou was talking, and she was telling the girl that was getting abused, and she was telling her about her husband. She was saying like, this how she knew it was real was like, before she can finish her sentence, he's able to finish it for her.
Oh,
Even though it get on
that's
her
what
nerves
Tyson.
sometimes.
Yes.
Even though it get on her nerves sometimes.
Go ahead.
You know, I've seen that whole scene in my head. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
This is Tyson right there.
Yes.
And she was saying, even though it get on her nerves sometimes, she loves that about him because the person will get you without you having to express. Like, there would just be a certain type of comfortability that you've never felt for, a certain type of, like, it's a feeling that you just would never feel before.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely say this. That's how I know every person I've been interested in. I'd be like, oh, she's the one. She's the one. I said that so many times to the point I'm just like, God, I'm just gonna let you take control. Because every time I think this person's the one, and I try to line it up logically and everything, I'm just like, nah, God, I'm tired. I'm just not gonna do it no more. You gotta take control, you know.
Right.
You know, so even if a friend tells me, hey, this girl's interested in you, oh, I don't really care, man. I'm just focusing on myself. Let me just go down this road focusing on myself, you know. I don't want to think about it.
But if that's true, the one guy has money, he's gonna keep pushing at you and pushing at you and pushing at you until you say, you know, Lord, I'm gonna listen to you. That happened to me. I had no choice but to
See,
listen.
I had like 3 people like try to push me, like try to hook me up with like other people that I told them straight up like I was not interested in, or I would try to really go get to know this person, and this person I just felt so unsynced. I'm just like, nah, I'm good, but they still try to push it, and I'm just like, bruh, what is going on? So you know, like when I say people, I remember this one lady. She's the nicest lady ever. She works at a hospital. She is so cool and everything. Hung out with her, everything. But I just couldn't click with her. I just couldn't click with her. So we had like 3 different group of friends. One group, I told them nah. Other group, I told them nah. Third group, I told them nah. And then one of my business friends, they was like, hey, bruh. Hey, this girl right here, she A1. I was like, bruh, I told you like 5 times. Why are you throwing this at me? Bruh, man, if you do this for me, man, I got you. And I was like, bruh, I'm not. But long story short, I really did try, and I realized, you know, I didn't hear nothing from God. If I don't hear nothing from God, then this is not it for me, you know? So, I feel like someone got something to say. Did someone got something to say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, pull it out. Pull it out, girl. Pull it with the stick. Pull it with the stick.
I ain't
Pull
gonna say
it
that.
with the stick.
I ain't never heard
Oh,
that.
Hey, you and your phrases, bro.
No, that's not my phrase. That's not my phrase.
I'm sorry, I'm cutting in. I'm not doing
No, you good.
No ringy, no dingy. That's my dingy.
Yeah, that's my phrase. Yeah.
That is the thing right there.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
I'm not gonna play. Okay. Personally, I've been there too, where people are just like, that person will look so good with you. And where the part where you said you don't hear God say it to you. Sometimes you need to pray on those things. Sometimes it's somebody else may hear it in their spirit, and it's for you to feel it yourself. And I'm like that too. I want confirmation for myself. I don't want nobody else to tell me. And I'm hard-headed that way. But if it's for you, then it's for you. And God is going to keep bringing it around. He's going to give you opportunity after opportunity. And you may not catch it on the first few hundred times, but you're going to get it one of those days where it's like, okay, God, I hear you. Because one time, when it's really meant for you and He's tired of keep telling you over and over and over again, He going to put you in a situation where it's like, that's all I can see. That is all I can see. Even if it's that one person where, say for instance, you know, everything else around you done shut down. You done went to the hospital, and you know, the only person that you can call out for was the woman at the hospital, I guess. And she was meant for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the only person that could respond. After a while, and you only see that person, it's gonna become like, God, you giving me a sign here? Because I done called everybody. Everybody I thought loved me. Everybody I thought cared about me. Everybody I thought was for me. And you only have that one person that come to your call.
That's true.
Sometimes it's not for you to hear it first. Sometimes you need to hear it from someone else. Say, look, I think this is what it is. Because I can only advise you. It's up to you to take that call.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's why I also do try to pray throughout the, moments and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I've been really, my mental health last year was going, really down. So I'm just so I have to, take time for myself to actually think and rest and be like, why did I move like this? Did I really move like this because I want to move like this? Or was I just in the moment? Things that I have to pray about, make sure I'm doing everything right, make sure I'm not hurting the other person, because that's not my goal. My goal is not to really hurt the other person. And boy, it's been really tough, It's been really tough.
Bring us to the next topic. Love versus lust.
Ooh.
So let me give you the definition of love and trust.
Ooh. Pull up with the stick.
First is what? Okay. Love is okay. So the scripture that I have for love is in Paul writes that love is patient, kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not urgent. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist of its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoings, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believe all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Now for lust, it is
Get it right.
Exodus 20:17. List the 10th commandment as you shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or he or his male or female servant, his ass or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. Continue on. So, from what I've read, I've been asking God to explain to me the difference between love and lust. And what I've learned is lust is a fleshly thing. Love is a spiritual. Lust is like when you see a dude and you're like, oh my gosh, hey, you're cute, da da da. And then in your mind you imagine things.